This question is a question from America. هل يجوز للأولاد أن يشاركوا في نادي تحت إشراف النصارى وفيها كرة السلة والسباحة وكاراتي للأولاد والبنات? So this question regards is it allowed for children to participate in those organizations which are run by Christians, Christian organizations, so Christian clubs, for example, and they partake in playing basketball, swimming, and karate, and it's open for men, for boys and girls.
أولا احذروا نوادي النصارى واليهود وغيرهم من الكفار، فإنهم لا يؤمنون على إفساد أبناء المسلمين. فمن أذن لأولاده أو بناته بالذهاب إلى أندية هؤلاء ثم فسد أولاده وبناته فإنه يحمل وزره ووزرهم يوم القيامة. هذه أول نصيحة. النصيحة الثانية: أنشئوا أنتم في مدارسكم نوادي للأولاد تحت إشراف مسلمين موثوقين صالحين مصلحين، يدربون الأبناء على السباحة وغيرها من الرياضة المباحة. ثالثا: ألزموا البنات بالاستقرار في البيوت، وإذا كان في مدرسة البنات أو في مدارس البنات نوادي خاصة بالبنات فلا مانع، لكن اعلموا أنه لا يجوز للبنت التي بلغت 9 سنين أن تخلع ثيابها كي تسبح في النادي، فلا يجوز للمسلمة أن تسبح في غير بيتها. وبهذا تعلمون أن ذهاب النساء إلى الحمامات العامة محرم، وإن كانت الحمامات خاصة بالنساء. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم: أيما امرأة خلعت ثيابها في غير بيت زوجها فقد هتكت الستر الذي بينها وبين الله. ولهذا الحديث قصة كما أخرجه أحمد وأبو داود وغيرهما، وهي أنه قدم على عائشة رضي الله عنها نسوة من الشام، فقالت: من أين؟ قلنا: من الشام. قالت: أنتن اللاتي تذهبن إلى الحمامات؟ قلنا لها: نعم. فذكرت الحديث. وفي رواية: في غير بيت أيما امرأة أيما امرأة خلعت ثيابها في غير بيت زوجها أو أمهاتها فقد هتكت الستر الذي بينها وبين الله. نعم.
Then the Shaykh, in answering this question, and I will summarize this question due to the time. The Shaykh said that first and foremost, summarize the answer. He said, first and foremost, I warn you to be cautious of those clubs that are run by either the Christians or the Jews or the disbelievers in general, for indeed they are not people who can be trusted upon the corruption of your children. So I advise they cannot be trusted in regards the children of the Muslims. So I advise that those who have given permission, and I say that those who have given permission for their children to go to these places, and in consequence, as a result, their children have become, they end up being corrupt, then the parents will have to face the consequences, or they are the ones who will be responsible for their children's misguidance, or for their wisdom, for their children's misguidance until the day of judgment. They are the ones who will be accountable for their children, whatever befalls their children from sins and so on until the day of judgment. For you, he says, Antum, he said that you yourselves should try to establish clubs for children under the care, under the leadership or the care, the organization of Muslims, those who are righteous and those whom you trust, such that they can set up clubs which establish how to swim and so on. And even for girls, the Shaykh Hamidullah says, he says, thirdly, I advise that as for the girls, then I advise them that they are taught to stay in their houses. However, they can go to, he said, la mani', there's no problem in having something which is specific for them. A club which is specific for them to learn. Then the Shaykh says, no, that it is not allowed for a girl who reaches the age of 9 years old, that she leaves or she takes off her clothes in other than, she takes off her clothes in other than her house. She takes off her clothes in a club. And then the Shaykh clarified that further. He said it's not allowed for a Muslim. Not allowed for a Muslimah of her clothes in other than her house. And goes to the hamamat, those places of bathing. For indeed the Messenger ﷺ forbade that, for he said, any woman who takes off her clothes in other than the house of her husband, then she has indeed removed that sitr, or that covering that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put between her and Allah, that she has removed that sitr. She has removed that covering. ما معنى يا شيخ هاتك الستر? So whoever does that then has removed that sitr, that covering, that protection between her and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And likewise, this story with regards to the hamamat, with regards to the women going to the bathing places, this is a story which is established in the Sunnah, or has been mentioned in the Sunnah, a narration which has been reported in Abu Dawood and others, and that is when a group of women, they came from Sham and they visited Aisha, or they saw Aisha radiallahu anha, and she asked them, where are you from? They said, from Sham. From Sham, and then which is the peninsula presently called Jordan, Palestine, and Syria. And she said, you are the ones who go to these hamamat, to these bathing places where the women gather and bathe. So they said, yes. So then she mentioned the hadith which we mentioned previously. And also, in another wording, the Messenger ﷺ said, any woman which takes her clothes off other than in the house of her husband or in the house of her parents, then she has indeed uncovered and removed that protection or that covering that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed between her and Allah. The Shaykh Abdullah says that we'll stop there. There are many other questions, and inshallah we have them recorded, and we'll continue next week inshallah. الأسبوع القادم يا شيخ. طيب. The Shaykh says we'll continue next week inshallah. Similar to this time next week, and the questions, the ones we haven't asked, they will be gathered inshallah. So nothing will be left out.